Welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're a focused learner looking to absolutely transform how modern knowledge work gets done, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going through a complete masterclass on Claude AI. And look, we're not just going to talk about basic chatbots here. We're exploring how to use Claude as a genuine thinking partner. We're going to break down exactly what it is, why it matters so much, and how you can start getting real professional-grade results from it today.
Okay, let's dive into this. Consider the sheer stakes of the technological shift we're currently in. Hours of tedious work can literally be done in minutes now, but only if you know how to wield the tools. For the next decade of professional life, Claude is really positioning itself as the ultimate competitive advantage. It's not about replacing what you know, it's about radically multiplying your output and your clarity.
Here's our quick roadmap for this explainer. 1. Meet your AI thinking partner. 2. The productivity trust factor. 3. Core capabilities and access. 4. The art of perfect prompting. 5. Real use cases and limits. And finally, 6. Your 7-day action plan.
All right, Section 1. Meet your AI thinking partner, moving beyond the basic chatbot.
So, Claude was built by Anthropic. That's a company founded by former OpenAI researchers. And their whole mission is to build artificial intelligence that's actually safe, honest, and genuinely useful. They didn't just want a machine that, talks. They wanted a model trained to think carefully and communicate clearly across a massive range of tasks. The secret sauce behind all of this? It's called constitutional AI. Instead of just predicting the next word or telling you exactly what it thinks you want to hear, Claude is trained to internalize principles. It's built to be helpful, harmless, and honest. Meaning this AI will actually push back on bad ideas. It'll refuse to help with harmful requests. It's designed to act like a responsible partner, not just a yes man.
Section 2. The productivity trust factor. A competitive advantage in knowledge work.
We're living through this crazy shift where tasks that used to take hours, like agonizing over a proposal or summarizing some dense 50-page report, can literally be done in minutes. But you can only achieve that kind of speed if you actually trust the tool you're using. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how different Claude's feature list looks from early generative AI. It's fundamentally designed to be trustworthy. It will flat out tell you when it doesn't know the answer, it gives honest assessments, it doesn't hallucinate facts as often as other models do, and it actively flags its own uncertainty. When you're doing high-stakes knowledge work, you need a reliable thinking partner, not an output machine that just makes things up to please you. And hey, for our viewers in the Gulf region, Claude is highly relevant here. It works beautifully in Arabic and genuinely understands regional business contexts. So if you're preparing a government tender, or drafting a submission for the UAE Government Excellence Model, or dealing with A2A frameworks and GCC procurement regulations, Claude can actually help structure your arguments and review your data with remarkable local context.
Section 3. Core capabilities and access. Finding the right tool for the task.
Okay, let's pick up the pace a bit. You can access Claude on the web at Claude.ai through their awesome mobile app for voice inputs on the go, or via the API if you're a developer. But which version do you actually use? Well, let's break down the 3 tiers. Claude Haiku is your fast, lightweight option, perfect for quick, everyday stuff. Claude Sonnet is that balanced middle ground. It's super capable and, best of all, it's on the free tier. Then, if you upgrade to the Pro subscription, you unlock Claude Opus. Opus is the heavyweight champion for complex reasoning, massive context windows, and intense analytical work. Basically, just pick the tier that matches your workload.
Moving right along to Section 4. The art of perfect prompting. Elevating your input for better output.
Listen, if there's literally one thing you take away today, make it this. The quality of your output is directly proportional to the quality of your input. Most people completely underuse AI because they write super vague prompts and, shocker, they get vague answers. An average user might type, write something about procurement. The AI has to guess what you mean and you're going to get generic filler. But compare that to, write a 300-word LinkedIn post explaining digital procurement for UAE Gov entities. Target, senior director, tone, professional. Wow, you immediately see the difference, right? We gave it format, length, context, audience, and tone. This is that huge aha moment where Claude transforms from a fun little toy into a serious professional tool.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next power user tip, assigning a role. Vaguely asking for ideas gets you absolutely nowhere, but telling Claude to act as an experienced Arabic content creator helping me write Instagram captions that connect with working mothers aged 30-45, that changes the game. By assigning a specific role, you give Claude an exact frame of reference for the depth, the tone, and the emotional resonance you really want. Once you get that first response back, do not stop there.
The real magic happens in the back and forth. You gotta iterate. Tell Claude to make it shorter, punchier, or add specific examples. For complex strategy stuff, explicitly tell Claude to think step by step before it answers. Like, say, asking it to step-by-step reason out a 2.35 million dirham scoping document. Oh, and always ask for multiple options. Give me 3 different angles for this proposal. You stay in creative control, while Claude does all the heavy lifting.
Section 5. Real use cases and limits. Practical applications and strategic transparency.
So, how are different professions actually using this in the wild to shift their productivity into overdrive? Across the board, it's a massive multiplier. Consultants, they're using it to analyze dense RFPs and extract evaluation criteria instantly, or to build out PowerPoint-ready frameworks. Content creators are literally pasting in one long-form piece, asking Claude to repurpose it into 5 different formats, and boom, generating a month of ideas in 10 minutes. Business owners draft HR policies and figure out the logic for financial models. And lifelong learners? They suddenly have an infinitely patient tutor that can explain literally any complex topic at exactly the level they need.
But we need to maintain absolute trust here, and that means understanding the limits. Rapid fire. Claude has knowledge cutoffs, meaning it doesn't know yesterday's news unless you enable web search. It can occasionally hallucinate, stating incorrect facts with total confidence on niche topics, so always verify the critical stuff. It cannot take real-world actions. It's not going to hit send on your email. It starts totally fresh every new session, so you've got to reestablish context. And while it reads massive files, extremely long documents might get truncated. Look, knowing exactly what Claude cannot do makes you a much smarter, safer user.
Finally, Section 6. Your 7-day action plan. From zero to confident user.
All right, let's slow down for a second. We've covered the theory, the mindset, and the exact prompting techniques. Now, let's look at a highly practical plan to take you from zero to a totally confident Claude user by this time next week. So the crucial point is to take structured action. Day 1, simply go to Claude AI, create a free account, and give it one real work task, maybe just an email or a quick summary. Day 2, practice the power of assigning roles. Tell it to act like a senior consultant. Day 3, test its reading comprehension. Upload a long, dense contract and ask for a plain language summary. Day 4 is all about iteration. Take a draft and ruthlessly command Claude to refine it 3 different times. Day 5, this is the big one. Apply it to a major, real project like a proposal or a business plan. And finally, days 6 and 7. Reflect on where it saved you the most time and literally lock those in as daily habits.
And that brings us to our final thought for today. You know, the question is not whether AI will transform the way you work. Let's be real, it already is doing exactly that every single day. A good professional using Claude is absolutely going to outperform a good professional who refuses to adapt. The only question left is, are you going to be ahead of that curve or trailing behind it? Your 7-day plan starts today. Pick just one task, send that first message, and watch what happens to your productivity. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy learning.